The grid is live. Time to initiate this challenge.
Okay guys, so for this video we got Quorra, and in the last video where I briefly talked about the other 3 races from the Tron season, we did briefly go through Rinsler, Zeus, and Sam Flynn, and today I want to go through Quorra's abilities. So today I got a friend here. You should know him by now as the co-host that was helping me cover the World Cup recaps, Nano Blaster. And we're going to go through showing you guys Quorra's abilities and what it looks like from his perspective of playing as Quorra and my perspective playing as someone who's going against Quorra. So we want to try and show you guys the ins and outs of the ability and what you can and could possibly do to avoid getting caught into something. So today we have Quorra, as she's a defender. I did choose Felix because I wanted to show you how you could probably manage racing against a Quorra that's dropping bombs behind you. So with Felix's kit, his unique offers protection where he can be invulnerable, and as a skill, he has a cloak. So Nano's gonna drop a bomb, and Felix right now that I'm using, I do have his ability so I can be protected. So this is what it looks like when you get hit by bombs. But because Felix is invulnerable, he doesn't take the full brunt of the force. But as you can still see, he's still somewhat blinded. If you didn't know, if you use a level 1 rush, the uncharged, you can be invulnerable for a brief moment in time. But even that still doesn't really help you. So that's what it looks like when you're blinded. As you can see, I'm getting hit with the bomb and I still can't see much in front of me in terms of visibility. I guess your best route, Nano, would be able to look at your mini map to see where you're going next on the track to try to, you know, minimize the effects of the blindness on screen.
Yeah, pretty much. That and obviously track knowledge, like knowing the track helps out a lot too.
So for here, we're gonna try and show you guys what it looks like when you have protection in terms of like a cloak. We could show you guys what it looks like if you have a shield, and because I'm a defender, I can easily grab a shield from Nano. Probably ram you just in case. One more time. Oh, so there, right there, guys, as you just saw, I did lose my shield and I'm still blinded, so I don't have much visibility. So as we were saying earlier, track knowledge is one key to kind of counter this ability, as well as looking at your mini map to know if there's any sharp turns ahead of you on the track. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like when I have the cloak ability. So because I have cloak, as you can see, the bombs are going right by me and they're not affecting me. The projectiles have nothing to hit, and because of that, I am not affected by the ability. And for these purposes, it's best to use a character that offers a lot of protection. However, you're not going to really know when you're in a lobby with a Quorra until you get into that actual lobby. So for the most part, the only way you can absolutely avoid racing against a Quorra like this is to use a racer that has protection. And protection, I mean someone who has a cloak ability in their base kit. So me and Nano are heading over to Regulated to show you what exactly it looks like when you're in a full lobby of racers. Also, shout out to Nano, who's been working hard with a guide on every character in the game. If you'd like to check that out, make sure you go to the link in the description for our channel's Discord for the podcast, and in that community you'll be able to see lots of guides on characters in the game so far. Also, shout out to Valix, who's been helping along the way too.
Yeah, I think the type of character that Quorra is, she's pretty much probably a good character on almost every map.
Yep, especially as a middleweight.
Yep. Oh, we got this dash in the front.
That what I just did there, guys, was a slingshot. Make sure you stay tuned to Nano's channel because he'll have some tips and tricks and guides for you guys on that as well.
So shot to slingshot. Yeah, one of my favorite things about Quorra when she uses her unique and like drops the bomb is they give her like a ton of boosts. So the reason why that's good is because I feel like right now we're in like a very boost heavy meta. So characters that have a lot of boosts, they you know, they're very wanted on the track.
Indeed, especially if it's a long track, you're gonna need some form of boost management.
Yep. Not only that, but she is a defender, so it means that, you know, with a defender, a lot of their main kryptonites is they can't front run because of their passive, but with Quorra, you can front run because their bombs gives you a lot of boost.
And as you can see, guys, on my mini map, if you take a look, Nano's way ahead of us because the amount of times we've been bombed here in the back, he's been able to fill up his boost bar and double his boost bar, as you can see on my screen with the double boost bar. And now because my boost ran out a little bit, it dropped down to 1 boost bar.
Yeah, she is very strong. She is very strong. In my personal opinion, I think she's a S tier character, hands down.
I believe so too, but I also believe every character from the Tron collection this season is S tier, without a doubt.
Yeah, they have a strong cast, that's for sure.
I think it's probably the strongest cast to date.
Hey, it could be, man. Could be.
It used to be Aladdin when it first came out. I know every character was very strong. You know, Jafar was strong in his own right, but he wasn't an S tier racer. But this may be the first collection that we get where every character in the collection is S tier.
Yeah, man. Quorra. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know, like, I know you said her passive doesn't work, but I don't even think her passive matters, bro. Like, she's just that good.
And that is true. Although right now her passive is where if she's off-road, she can maintain her top speed. Currently right now it might be bugged because it doesn't work as of her being released. But because she's so strong as is, it might not even matter, is what Nano's saying, which is true, to be honest. And funnily enough, this was the track where I first realized Quorra's passive wasn't working. It was factory. I tried to drive on the snow out here in the cave, and I was getting slowed down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Quorra's a monster, man.
Yep, she is. So those are just regular bombs. So in Quorra's kit, actually, she has the ability to utilize bombs, regular bombs, and her unique are bombs in themselves. So one thing you gotta worry about when racing against a Quorra, lots of bombs. Bombs that blind you and bombs that stun you.
100%, man. And that Stitch is actually keeping up.
Yep. I got stuck right on the middle there.
And it's crazy because when Quorra's like at 5 stars, her bombs go even crazier, man. It's like, it almost feels like you can't run out of boost.
Yeah, Quorra is a very dangerous character this season.
And as a defender with that type of ability, that is extremely valuable.
Where do you think she ranks in terms of all the defenders that are out right now? I know you are very adamant on, keeping Genie as the de facto number one.
Okay, so I think Genie and Sally are for sure still the 1-2 combo.
Okay.
Ariel might. I think it might be it. Like she's right now. She's probably like. I'd probably still have Ariel behind Sally, but Quorra might be the next one. I think Quorra is better than Jumba
So you think Quorra is top 4 currently behind Ariel?
for defenders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makes Ariel ahead of Quorra to you?
Well, the reason why for me I have Ariel over Quorra is because I think that when it comes down to it, they're both cloak defenders. But the thing about Ariel is, I feel like she's still a defender, so she has that factor of like when she has her like
Her unique?
her relics.
Yeah, her passive
That
on the relics.
that if she's she doesn't even have to be in first place. As long as she's close to first place, her unique is just gonna make her pass you at the last second, and she could just stay on you because she's a cloak defender.
Yeah.
But I could actually see a world where Quorra might end up being better as like the meta goes on and people get more used to her kit.
I can see that.
Because she's very strong. Like, even though Ariel is strong, she suffers from the same thing to where, like, she can't front run because she doesn't have the boost for it.
I don't think too many people know about Quorra's ability like that, or her base kit. I don't think too many people know that she's this strong, to be honest.
Shit, I didn't even know she was this strong until we had that practice session. And you put us on game.
Yes, sir. Sammy with the picks.
Did you know she was that strong at that time, or did you just use her and then you're like, yo, I was sliding with her?
I had an inkling before she was released that she was going to be this strong because of her kit. The way it sounded, I was like, this looked like it's going to be kind of busted. I did not know about the double boost bar thing, though. But I knew once you got caught in those bombs, you did refill your boost bar. And it was easy to maintain your boost.
I don't know if you... So, in my opinion, the main reason why she's as good as she is the fact that she gets a double boost bar.
Yes. As we've been saying on the podcast, guys, not every racer is created equally. Some racers get double boost bars and some others just don't.
That's that power creep, man.
Yeah, and because Nano's been hitting people in the lobby with these bombs, as you can see on the mini map, Nano is far and ahead of me. I'm not gonna catch up to him.
Yeah, and that's not even like mentioning her stats. Like, she has good top speed, good handling, and nice acceleration for a midweight.
That is true. In terms of middleweights, where do you think she would rank then?
She's definitely one of the she's definitely one of the best middleweights, because if I have her at S tier, then she's probably like she's definitely in my opinion, probably like top 7 for midweights.
Okay, we didn't take into account like the middleweights' unique abilities and just stats on paper. Where do you think she ranks amongst the middleweights at that point?
Well, I'd have to go. I don't know all of their stats by heart, but she's definitely so I think Snow White has the best stats for a midweight by far.
Okay. And that, guys, is a new character that just got released this season. She was the mid-season racer for part 1 of the Tron season so far.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats now between Quorra and Snow White. And dude, Snow White has more top speed, acceleration, handling, boost, and the same combat as Quorra. So I don't know what Gameloft was thinking when they made Snow White the way she was. But yeah, she's like the poster child for middleweights in terms of stats.
Hey, just like how we talk about Hans being the best heavyweight, but also brawler in the game with his stats, and they never want to nerf him. Now we got the Snow White effect.
Bro, Quorra has more top speed than both Corella and Ennui at level 30. That's insane.
That's crazy.
I did not know that. And she has better acceleration too.
That is interesting.
Yeah. They have better handling than her, but it's weird because she doesn't feel like she has bad handling.
Definitely not.
She does have... So, Ennui has a little bit more boost than her by like 300.
Yeah.
And Corella has less boost than her by like 700 or 800.
Okay.
So, but Quorra has a better combat stat than both of them by like 1,000.
That's to be expected as a defender.
And to be for a midweight, that's saying a lot for her.
He's almost like a hybrid
her stats
class
is pretty
at this
good,
point.
man. Yeah, man. Her unique, giving her the boost, actually kind of like just makes her so like strong. And the thing is, it's not even hard to hit. It's damn near guaranteed every time you use your unique, whether you use it in the front or the bombs in the back.
Yeah,
you're definitely guaranteed to get boost at like all points.
So let me ask you this, because you were able to use both characters as well as myself, but I want to ask you this question. Out of Quorra and Snow White, who do you think is the better defender so far?
Snow White.
So does that mean Quorra does drop down to top 5 then in your defender list?
Oh yeah, I guess so, because I forgot Snow White. Yeah, so she would drop down, but that's still good. Like being a top defender is like super good.
Yeah,
like it's hard. Like a lot of the defenders are really good.
That is true.
So, but I will say I have, characters like Buzz and Jumba used to be regarded as like some of the best characters, but now with all the different characters and stuff coming out, you could kind of see them. I feel like Buzz has probably fell down more than Jumba.
Yeah, Buzz used to be one of the best if not the best racer in this game.
That's facts. That's facts. But you could see a lot of other. Like, if we're being honest, bro, remember how people used to complain about Hans?
Yep.
If you notice, they barely changed Hans, and people aren't really complaining about him anymore because of how much stronger the characters are.
Yep.
So it just goes to show you, man. It's Quorra is in a really good state right now. Like, I think Quorra. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think Quorra is better than Hans.
I could agree. I'm pretty sure, for those of you who follow the competitive scene, I'm pretty sure from the picks of Quorra this last weekend that just passed, I'm pretty sure if we had to look at the standings, Quorra probably fared better that weekend than Hans.
Yep.
And that's not to say the people that were racing Hans were bad or anything, but it's just that Quorra is just that good of a character or a pick that you're guaranteed a good spot in the polls.
Yep, pretty much. Did you still see my bombs from like when you passed them?
Yep, I can still see them.
Okay, damn. So her bombs last a long time then.
They do.
They last longer than regular bombs, from what it looks like.
They definitely do. They look like some bombs that are on some roids. Roided out
Pretty
bombs.
much,
They're very devious.
Yep.
I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in into today's video and just sitting and going through the rounds with me and Nano, explaining the ins and out of Quorra's ability and her kit, ways that you can possibly counter, as we did explain, you know, map knowledge or just glancing at your mini map before sharp turns, things of that nature, or possibly just grabbing a character ahead of time who has protection like a cloak. As we did explain, a level 1 rush that gives you slight invulnerability for a couple of seconds or milliseconds doesn't really help, nor does a green shield help. You're gonna want to use a character with abilities that have shield or cloak. And when I mean shield, I mean something like Tia Dalma.
Yep.
But without further ado, I'd like to thank Nano once again for stopping by and helping us out with this video. It's always a pleasure having him. And
Yes, sir.
would you like to say anything else before we wrap up here?
Hey man, I appreciate you for having me. You know, always dope to make contact with you. And for those of you watching this, tune in to our podcast that we have every Wednesday, featuring me, Sammy, One Wing Angel, Caleb Black Flash, and occasionally the Speedstorm guest. You know, so could be lit, man.
Yes, sir. Well, guys, as I always say, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you at the next one.
Well, I have the shield.
I need to
Nano has his bomb. He actually has cloak. That's what we need.
Alright, I got it.
I got the cloak as well.
consider that a warning.
So I lost my shield, but I'm still blinded. I'm gonna grab another shield to show you guys once Nano comes out of cloak. Oh, just missed the round.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Okay, so now that I'm in a shield, Nano's gonna bomb me once more.
Oh, right. Get ready.
Oh, lost the shield.
Wow.
It's actually tougher than it looks.
It'll be okay. Get rough.
Do you have your ability? No way, I just missed that slingshot. It's a good blooper for you guys.
Hey man, it's not bad though, cause you know you gotta practice it to get good at it. So
That's one of the scarier slingshots in this game, to be honest.
yeah, I didn't do it because I didn't have boost, but no, definitely some good tech, man.
Yeah, guys, if you don't hit that ceiling, it could be very devastating.
Yes, sir.
That Quorra caught up because of that. I was directly behind Nano, then I reset, and like Quorra, I see her on the mini map. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, she is incredibly strong. She's my favorite character
So
in the
far?
Tron season right
Okay,
now.
in the Tron season.
Yeah, and the Tron season has some great characters, so that's saying a lot.
They do. I know for Caleb Black Flash, his is probably Sam Flynn. Angel,
Yeah.
One Wing Angel, he would say Zeus. For me, it's Rinsler. So everyone on the
Hey,
Crash Out podcast has a favorite character.
Yeah, it's all I respect is well, Defender's not my favorite class, and I know Angel is more of a defender, but I do think it's cool how we like different classes for the Tron season.
Definitely.